it's me, Melissa from Melissa Shares. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I have a really fun video prepared for you. If you're already a subscriber, thank you so much for being here and welcome back. I am Melissa. I'm a mom to 2 little girls, and we live here in Los Angeles where the cost of living is very high. So I'm here talking about budget-friendly ideas for parents and caregivers, and I hope that these ideas will help you out today. It is summertime and we're preparing to go on vacation. We're really excited. We have a family reunion that we're traveling to, and we're going to be going on an airplane with our little girls, and I'm here with some of their toys that they love the best in our house. So today I wanted to talk to you about travel-friendly ideas for young children. I have purchased a few things, but mostly made my own toys. These ideas for you are for children who enjoy make-believe play, manipulative play, but these are portable ideas that are way more portable than a fort, way more portable than an actual dollhouse, more portable than my really fun wooden eggs and egg carton activity. We also play nest, and more portable than even this really nice portable Little People barn. These are toys that are beloved by my children. A homemade fort is probably the best one of all, but I'm going to take you back over to the living room table and show you a few purchasable toys and books that we have, as well as really my most beloved homemade versions of portable toys that you might use the next time you travel with your kids or keep in your backpack or purse when you're going to an appointment. So let's go over there. So first of all, I just went to a meeting yesterday with my 2.5-year-old. I wanted to talk about how you could entertain a child for 1 or more hours with just a few simple but really engaging ideas. These are my more elaborate busy books that I have sewn for my children. These are a little bit more next level, but if you wait till the end of the video, I'll show you these because they are my kids' favorite portable toys. These kinds of busy books can be purchased, so that's something that if you want to just pay the money, you could look into, and these were great during my appointment yesterday. I want to just highlight some other kinds of toys that encapsulate this concept of a little tiny world, and one of those is like a Polly Pocket toy. My kids have a couple. I could only find one today. I think this is from a different Polly Pocket set, and while I love these, I've got to say I'm totally enraged by them too because they cost money, they're made of plastic, they're a little junky, they kind of need parent assistance sometimes to open and close, and then the pieces are everywhere. So I find that I'm more okay chasing down pieces and parts of homemade toys, but if I paid money for them or someone bought them for us, I'm just aggravated when the parts go missing. So that is what has happened with this Polly Pocket toy, although if you're able to keep it organized, these are really fun toys that my kids love. This you may have had as a kid. This is the Nutshell Library. While this is a book, they love that this is also like a little house for books, and so this is a wonderful item that I would take on a trip with us that's also like a little world unto itself. And then here is the last like purchased item. This was maybe a party favor or something as a kid, and this is a little itty bitty paint set. I know a lot of people travel and buy stuff like this at the Dollar Tree. This is like a random thing that survived from my childhood, and my kids are really into this. So this would be an awesome thing to take on an airplane, request a little cup of water from the beverage cart when it comes through, and you're set up for doing miniature watercolors. These are great. These are things that you could buy. I also have a little tiny world within a like an Altoids container, or this is a tea container. You can take an Altoids container and with some simple sewing, this is a really also beloved toy. I made a quilted mattress, 2 quilts for my kids. I think I meant to have 2 boxes, but I just have 1 box with 2 quilts. And then various things have lived in here. For a long time, we had an acorn that lived in here and was put to bed all the time. We now have a very special rock, and you can put your special rock to bed. You can put a clothespin in here, a tiny doll in here. We could see, I've already lost Polly Pocket. Polly Pocket could go in here. Altoids boxes, mince boxes. This is a tea box. These are all great, like miniature worlds. I want to talk to you people who are not so crafty. I have 3 ideas to share with you today that you don't need to purchase, that you don't need a sewing machine for, that you can really just gather from your house from things that you have already. The first category is felt. You can go on Pinterest. If you have a pair of scissors and a stack of felt that you can buy for, you know, a few cents per sheet. Let's say you buy like 10 sheets of felt and you spend $2, you can do felt sets. These I cut freehand from my crazy mind, you guys. Freehand felt. I do a little bit of stitching on the fancy felt, like I just did this My Little Pony. I stitched a few pieces of hair on, but if you have a capable child, you can just cut out the pieces and let them do it like a puzzle, and they can put the tail on that My Little Pony. This one is super fun because it has a rainbow, like a stacking toy. It has a sun, it has a mountain, and then I have things like felt button snakes. You can look those up. There's a million Pinterest ideas. This is with a button on a ribbon. I have a sandwich set. People love the sandwich set. I have some Jewish felt for the Jewish holidays. Rosh Hashanah felt. I have a mouse in a house. And then this is a felt placemat. And this is the perfect thing that you can fold up, put in your backpack, grab like 2 bags of felt and 2 placemats for my 2 kids, and my kids love the felt. And we don't play felt all the time at home, so this is really like a special activity, or one that like mommy decides when we play. For things like the sandwich set, I just want you to note, like I cut a circle and I used a Sharpie to give the details on this. So I'm not always sewing my felt. This is pieces of bread, lettuce, tomato, onions, make your own sandwich. My kids love that one. The next idea for you people to gather from your house and not buy a new toy is to do the concept of books plus. We have so many books. I've done like a 1,000,000-hour video about our children's book library, but you can't take so many books on an airplane. I would suggest 1 or 2, and the books really take on a life of their own when you do this idea. I pillaged from my barn and I gathered all of my barn farmyard animals. This we did yesterday at my meeting, and it really engaged my daughter when combined with a barn animals book. This is a really fun book. It's a seek and slide. So it's a board book that has moving parts. Manipulating the book is fun. Putting your animals onto the book is fun. This is super Montessori for you Montessori parents. And then the bag itself, and putting this toy away with a drawstring bag, super engaging for my child. The Very Hungry Caterpillar, which structurally is an interesting book because of the way that the pages are different sizes. There's this little hole, and just combining a little caterpillar that you can manipulate is a little bit more fun. Sort of like a felt board story is fun, where the felt moves around and is tactile. There are these Toob toys, T-O-O-B, and I had them at one time and gave them away, but I had a tube of airplanes. This is a Little People airplane that's equally fun. I like combining something like that tube within a category with a themed book that goes with it. So Things That Go Air and Sea is really fun and thematically appropriate for a vacation trip. And you can have a figurine or a tube of figurines that go with a book like this that might expand the play for a child, where you don't have to just be reading to them. Now let's go to my favorite category, which is dioramas, or miniature worlds. So I have a whole like section here of vessels. These are things that I've culled from the house that would otherwise go in the recycling. These are household items. I'm going to talk you through them. I would choose one of these, or 1 per child, as the household item that you take along the way. The beauty of this activity is that it can be chucked along the way. This is not something you've paid money for. It's not so precious unless it becomes precious, and it's recyclable, which I really, really love. You can start over with another one for the next trip. Things like oatmeal containers that are emptied, I love. Recently, we had a bunch of cupcakes, mini cupcakes brought to our house for 4th of July. I love these cupcake containers. I do think they're really fun for packing snack food in, so that's one option, but they're also really fun for putting figurines in or decorating with craft supplies. It's see-through, which is super satisfying, and it snaps shut. So when the playtime is done, you can close it, or you can close a box with a lid. I also have things like these berry boxes. I kind of love the old-fashioned berries on them, and these kind of are evocative and speak to my kids. These pack flat and can be combined with some of the other materials I'm going to talk to you about. A miniature Amazon box is nice. Canned goods or a drink came in at the market. This is a nice box and still packable within a backpack. Then we have things like an old-fashioned Band-Aid box, a tiny box that electronics came in, egg carton, and a traditional shoe box. Okay, So pick your vessel. Next up, you're gonna give your child the supplies to decorate it. So the beauty of this activity is that you can do it for a younger child and give it to them to play with, or you can just pack a small Ziploc with the art supplies, a glue stick, and a few little tchotchke figurines from around your house and let them do it. One that I've done in the past was a little sky and airport, and we made like an acrobatic playground for airplanes. I used a toilet paper roll and my little airplane over there. You can collage felt in, use old wrapping paper, use construction paper, whatever you want. We like to make clouds in these by using cotton balls and then populate it with all kinds of fun stuff. And I really suggest just giving your child the materials and letting them make this world for themselves. So I have things like a button jar where you could take a small baggie of buttons. We save things in our house and reuse them, like these craft jewels, weird things from the doctor's office, grab bag, corks, real seashells, these little bugs, animal figurines, etc. And these, just slide them into a baggie, you guys, googly eyeballs, whatever it is that your kid likes, and send your kid on the airplane with a glue stick and a box and let them loose. I also really like these berry baskets and mushroom boxes, so think about these when you're grocery shopping before a trip. Maybe you buy something in a container that you can repurpose. If you're using it for a kid's craft, the gaudier, the better. I have leftover things like little pom-pom string, pom-poms, feathers, a fake butterfly that came on something, and then I have more jewels and eyeballs. I don't mean to make your head explode, but I'm just saying that I have a world of clutter and a world of tchotchke stuff because I have children. I also have a world of Amazon boxes. So use what you have. If you love and have to have a Polly Pocket, go for it. Those are super fun toys and I enjoy them, but I do find it stressful to spend money on a toy that might get lost on vacation. So consider repurposing something that you have that is inexpensive and can get lost or that can get recycled along the way. When you're on vacation and you're done traveling and you're getting ready for your return trip, you can chuck these and start over with some other container that you pick up along the way on your travels. A quick word about busy books. I know that there are a lot of them available on Etsy. There's a few sort of more manufactured ones, and then there's some homemade ones. If you are a little bit more on the crafty side and you're willing to do hand sewing, or you have a sewing machine available to you, I think busy books actually are a hobby that have been really gratifying, and I wanted to share my two with you. I think I've made one other busy book in my life that we have given to a family friend, so I have not made so many. I want to talk about the easiest one first, which is a felt busy book. This one is for my daughter Lacey, and it's an animals themed book. I don't know what shape it's in because my little one was playing with it yesterday. Oh, it's in great condition. She did a great job. So this is a match the foods with the animal busy book. The reason why I say felt is easier is because you don't need to hem felt. You can just cut it and glue it, or you can cut it and stitch it, but there's no like unraveling that happens with felt. I used the sticky dot Velcro. So when I normally would give this to a kid, it would be with all the little movable pieces here at the front, and then you just match it. So this is a kitty cat dreaming about a fish. We have a frog catching a fly. The frog's tongue moves. I have a little mouse with a cheese, a dog with a bone. Bunny did a great job. And we have a little elephant with its peanut. And I did stitch it on the sewing machine just to connect all the pages together, but the size of this is the size of a sheet of felt. So it really lends itself if you want to work in a one sheet size and then fold it in half. That's what this looks like, and it has a snap to shut it. The next one is a little bit more complex. What I love about this is I was able to use fabrics I loved that I'd either purchased or that I had reappropriated from like thrift store fabric or old shirts, or you could do baby clothing. Whatever you think you'd like. Pinterest is your friend in terms of getting ideas, and I did put maybe a little bit of batting in here, I can't remember, to make it a little puffy. It's just fun, and again, this was something that was like a hobby in the evenings that I would work on. The next page is the children's favorite page. This is the plate. My plate was made using a yogurt container, so a plastic yogurt container gives this structure, and then I had an old torn pillowcase, and I made a an ivory fabric cover, and then a little Velcro stickum. I have a tiny napkin so you could set the table. You could add plastic silverware or toy silverware to this. And then I have a little oven, and you open the oven and all the food is stored in the oven here. I used my button jar to pick like fun, evocative buttons to make this as cute as it is. I have felt food, so broccoli and a chicken, and the drumstick on the roast chicken comes off, you guys. I'm in love with this. My kids always like pretend that they're eating the chicken leg. They love to put the food on the plate. We even have a little challah because we're a little Jewish family, and you can have your hot challah, and the kids, they spend a lot of time on this. My last page that's pretty popular, this looks fancy, but I just want you to know that these are socks made out of old sweaters that had moth holes in them. So I took a few sweaters, or you can buy a sweater at the thrift store, run it through the washing machine in the dryer to get it a little bit fluffy and felty, and then cut out some sock shapes. You can cut them out from the waistband, neckband, or armholes, and use this little ribbing. And then I just sewed them and turn them inside out. And I put a little snap on these. This is a sock matching. You can put the socks in your laundry basket. And my children could play with these socks forever, you guys. They always want to try to get them on their dolls' feet. They want to try to get them on their own feet. These are made out of trash, you guys. These are made out of old sweaters that had holes, and they seem a little fussy, but the effort is really rewarded by the amount of imaginative playtime that my kids get out of these. And they're tactile, they are not plastic, they're natural. These things would be such an amazing gift to another child or to a parent who's going on a trip. And I in fact made a busy book for one of our most beloved babyhood friends who moved outside the country, and so she had an international flight, and I made a very special busy book for her. I can insert some footage of that one, but that was like a ridiculous busy book with like a tossed salad with vegetables that you could put in the salad, and there was counting, and it was a little bit Hungry Caterpillar like. So there was like a bathtub scene with a shower curtain, and it was super fun. The sky's the limit with these busy books. If you do have a crafty bone in your body, it might be something that you want to do when your child is maybe just a little bit too young for it, and that'll give you the time that you need to complete it. You know, these activities have been a real pleasure with my kids. So I'm not homeschooling, I'm not Montessori per se, I'm just a mom doing homemade things with my kid. I could spend a ton of money Amazoning and Dollar Treeing and buying a bunch of crap for my kids, but I've chosen to minimize that as much as possible and just use what we have. I hope this has been helpful for you. Thank you so much for being here, and have a great day. Bye-bye.